Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Mediocre Thoughts. It is 12:32 a.m. of 9th of March. Just came back from watching a movie. Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17, based on a novel called Mickey 7. Novel by Ashton Edward. It's quite a new novel apparently. 2022. And it has a sequel called Antimatter Blues, released in March 2023. And the movie I was watching got released this year. Like just got released. Bong Joon-ho is a really cool director. Movie was solid 7, but I wouldn't say I would watch it again. I would like to read the book though. Anyway, I actually recorded another episode before this episode. Not exactly before, but like a few days ago, and I don't feel proud of it, so I don't really want to share that, despite the fact that that's not really what I believe in. Like, I don't believe in not living fully, not living like an open book. But yeah, I guess I'm a hypocrite. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? Why do we keep on going? It sounds super depressing. I see that it sounds super depressing. But I don't know. The last time I went to the movies alone was back in June 2022. I was watching this other movie, also Korean. Not also Korean. Mickey 17 was not a Korean movie, but it's by a Korean director. But the movie I watched was Korean. IU was one of the main characters. It's called Broker, if I remember. Broker. It's called Broker. Where it's basically a movie about like babies getting abandoned, and adoption and stuff. When a young mother reconsiders abandoning her baby, she discovers a scheme selling foundlings for adoption. Foundlings, I assume, is the word for like abandoned babies who are found. It's quite an interesting movie. 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, and Mickey 17 is if I recall correctly 7.2. 7.2 out of 10. And yeah, I agree with that rating. It's a science fiction dark comedy film. And I don't know. Anyway, I'm in a cap because my hair is really greasy and I haven't washed it I think one day, and I dressed up a bit to go to the movies, wearing my good shirt and a cardigan. Should have washed my hair, but also like going out and coming back means I need to shower again. I've been thinking, what am I living for? I do feel that once I start working, once I have a salary, once I've once I graduate, I will feel differently, because it's a whole new change, whole new stage of life. So I guess I just really want to have a record of what I feel now. I want to remember that I was scared, I was anxious, I was unsure of the meaning of life. I know that I would say the meaning of life is just, seeing my friends, getting that ball of light in my chest whenever I spend time with them. But what's the end goal? I feel like I don't really have an end goal right now, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because I've been told that I was living a lot in the future previously. So maybe I want to avoid doing that and live in the present, because the present is all that we have. 活在当下, which is Chinese for living in the present. But what does living in the present entitle? Does that mean I don't worry about the future that much? I don't think about the past that much, and I just focus on getting through the day? Is that it? is that what living in the present means? I don't know. I had half-boiled eggs for dinner today. I have this half-boiled egg maker that I haven't used in a while, so I used it today, which is nice. I used to have it here. Yeah. Life is weird, What is consciousness? What is consciousness? I don't know. Do I want to know? In the movie, spoiler alert, I guess, there was this scene where, so basically the premise of the movie is that there's this guy who's an expendable on a spaceship voyage thing, where he's basically expendable, which means they have a copy of all his bio data and all his memories. So whenever he dies, they just reprint another body for him. And so they're on this mission to go to another planet, right? And once they're there, they realize that, there's actually aliens on the planet. But then, who are the actual aliens? We are the aliens, because we're the ones who are alien to the planet, right? So they're the native species and we're the aliens. So I know this is not a mind-blowing thing. It's just you gotta be aware of your perspectives thing, because it's when you go into the jungle, the monkeys aren't the problem, we're the problem, because we're intruding in their home. But I guess it was nice to be reminded of that, we're not the center of everything. But then there's also another argument that could be made for us being the center of everything, which I recently had a conversation with my friends about. I mean, we are conscious. We are the universe observing itself. So what is the balance here? What is the moderation? Recently, I've also felt trapped in a cage that I built for myself. What I mean by that is that I've lived an image. I don't know. I guess trapped is not the right word. because it's just not the right word, but I guess it's the one that explains the feeling the most. I don't know who I am. I know I'm a good friend. I know I'm empathetic. I know I have people skills. But I don't think I've really accepted that. Because I don't know what having people skills mean. I know I like my friends. I don't know if they like me. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I sound like a little bitch. Yeah, I just don't really know how I'm perceived. I don't know what will help with that. Maybe I'll bring it up with my therapist on Tuesday. Yeah, maybe I should bring that up. It's weird. Existence is weird. I'm alone in my room. It's 12:44 a.m. I'm in front of my laptop. I think when I reflect on what I've done over the past 4 years, I don't know what happened. Not that I don't know what happened, of course I know what happened. But it's like so many things happened. And I don't know. It's tough. Life updates. I went to the ER before the day before Chinese New Year for gastritis, inflammation. I didn't know that gastritis is basically inflammation of the stomach lining. Apparently, it's the same thing. Having gastritis and having your stomach lining inflamed, it's the same thing. I didn't know that. And I got medication. I was put on medication, and I was supposed to get like the second dose, the rest of the medication, because it's supposed to be 8 weeks, and I only took like 4 weeks, because that's how much the insurance would have covered. So I was supposed to get my other half of the medication by start of March, I guess, but it's currently 9 March, and I think I'm getting it next week. And I had another symptom. No, it came back for a bit, like sometime earlier this week, and I went to a clinic by myself. 6 days ago, just last week. 6 days ago, on Monday. I went on Monday. Yeah, I think the placebo effect is very interesting. To those who don't know, the placebo effect is basically like the brain's ability to convince your body that you're okay just by thinking that you're getting treated. Because I was in pain, and then I was just waiting for my turn at the doctor's, and I was just like in suffering, because I was like, yo, what the heck, can we go faster? Why am I not, well, can I get help? And then it was the longest, like, 20 minutes of my life. Not exactly, but like, it was a long 20 minutes. And then as soon as I went into the doctor's office, as soon as I saw the doctor and I sat down, like, you know how when at the clinic there's usually a table and the doctor's like here and you sit at a chair beside the table, and as soon as I sat down I already felt better, which is crazy. I haven't even done anything, you know. I just sat there with the doctor, and the doctor was like speaking really quickly, like she's just trying to get through the patients really fast, I think, and which was good, which made me feel good because that means she was trying her best to, like, you know, get to me as fast as she could. And then, like, she was speaking really fast, asking about all my symptoms and everything, and I explained to her, and I even brought like the medication I was taking to her because I thought that was easier. That would have made things easier. And yeah, and then she gave me some similar medication, not the exact same brand, but something similar. It's like, okay, thank you. And then and that's it. So yeah, I think it's crazy how like gastritis, and acid reflux, I guess, the symptoms, it includes chest pain, which is always very scary because, like, yo, what the heck, what if I have a heart attack or something. So I think that's what worried me before I realized that, before I knew that, okay, this is a gastritis and not like heart issues. Anyway, what else? I'm just repeating what I said in the first video that I took that I didn't really like. Went on the first date. I went to a concert. Did some spring cleaning in my house. Had some my parents. What I realized is that my parents' house is just a storage space for my past memories, because I was like going through all my shit, and it's fascinating. I dropped my phone once at home, and immediately I picked it up and stuff, and it was fine. But my mom was like, shoot, like, you're always like this, or something along those lines. And then I was saying, no, I've changed. I'm a changed person. Because when I was younger, there's this one time when I just got a new phone and I went cycling. I put my phone in my pocket, so listening to music on my earbuds, and I fell on the bike, and my phone basically snapped, snapped, not totally, but like the back just broke because it was like a cheap phone. And I just got the new phone. It was really sad. I was really sad. But yeah, I guess that incident really painted this picture of me being a clumsy person in my mom's eyes, and she doesn't know that I've changed until I told her that I've changed, I guess. And it's just really fascinating how my parents, my family, people I haven't met in a while, mostly have an image of me that doesn't really exist anymore. I guess everyone goes through this, but like, not everyone talks about it, or maybe people do talk about it, but I just don't know. I wonder how much we feel are the same as what people felt like 100 years ago. That's my grandma's generation. In 20 years, it would have been 100 years before, 100 years since my grandma was born. That's crazy. I wonder what it's like to live a century. I wonder what it will be like. I wonder what it will be like in a century. Things will be really cool. But also, like, who knows, man? Now with all the uncertainty in our lives. I hold a lot of feelings. I saw this thread on Threads, the new Instagram thing. I know it is a privilege to feel things, to feel emotions deeply, but what the fuck? That's what the something along those lines. What the fuck? I don't know why I'm so emotionally driven. I don't necessarily like it, but I do know it's privilege. I know not everyone gets to do this, but I can't, and I guess that's what makes me me. But also, like, man, I wish I was more suited suited for corporate life. I don't know, cause yeah, I thought I wouldn't go back to corporate life, but it seems that the opportunity has come up, and I'm very likely to take it. And I just hope I feel okay. I hope I don't. I hope I feel okay. I'm starting. Okay, I don't know if I'm gaslighting myself, but I think that this time it'll be better, because last time when I was in consulting, it was the first time I was in consulting, first time in the corporate world, first time doing an internship. I was getting paid so shit. My pay was very shit, and maybe that's the reason why I felt like, oh, I hate consulting. But like, if I get paid really nicely, like a wage that can help me live a better life, then maybe I won't feel so bad about it. Maybe I'll be like, this is actually enjoyable. And maybe if my team was better, like, I would feel more fulfilled. Because I think, okay, there are several factors why I didn't really like my consulting job. First, the pay was shit. Second, I didn't really feel fulfilled. And I guess that's the two main reasons. Don't know why I said it like I had a list. Yeah, so if I get paid better, which I will if I do get the job, and the team seems better than previously, and yeah, I think then I'll be okay. Hopefully. Yeah. Interviews are so weird. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I don't know. Like, how do you how do you introduce yourself, and how do you know what you can contribute to the company? What can I value add? I used to think that I can't value add anything. I used to think, like, if people say what can I bring to the company, I'll be like, I don't know, man. I just want money. I just want a job. But now I'm starting to think, like, yeah, people skills. That's where I shine. But also, like, I've been thinking about what makes a person likable. What makes a person likable? How do you know someone has people skills? And how do you know, like, someone's good at connecting people? How do people know that? I don't get it. Because, okay, I don't know if my interviewer was just being nice, but I had an informal kind of chat with one of the senior directors at this company, and he asked me, tell me about yourself, what you're looking for. And I said, oh, I'm looking for UI UX front end development, and like, what are your strengths? And then I said, oh, I think people skills are my strength. And he said, yeah, I can tell. So I was like, how can you tell? How? I don't know. What make yeah, it's doesn't feel very quantifiable, like people skills, because it's not like, if as long as I say these words, I will be a people person, right? So I think that's really this really confusing question. I feel like if I know what a deciding factor that makes me a good people person, I'll feel more confident about myself. But also I don't know the answer. And thinking about this question, what makes people likable, has brought me back to when I was primary one, when I was in P1. My class teacher really liked me for some reason, I think. And I made the class monitor. I had a position throughout 6 years of primary school. I was monitor for P1, P2, head prefect. I was freaking head prefect at P3, dude. What the heck? I don't even know how I got it. Like, what the fuck? I guess I was likable. I don't know. I was quiet. I wouldn't say quiet, but like, I was not very friendly in primary school, I think. So I don't know. Then P4 I was monitor. P5 was prefect. P6 I didn't want to be a prefect, but then I got scolded by my dad when I got home and said, "Oh, I told the school I didn't want to be a prefect." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "Oh, I just didn't want to be a prefect." He said, and he just scolded me or something. So in the end, P6 I had to be a class monitor anyway. So yeah, it's very weird. Secondary school I didn't do much. Secondary school I was quiet-ish. Ish. I don't know. And now we're in uni. I feel like there's a lot of character development. Not as much as A-levels, but I also can't really tell what I don't have a feature. I don't know what to put in a comment message. What's the update? I can't believe I'm turning 24 this year. That's crazy. The time, man. Time's going away so fast. And like, whenever adults say, "Oh, I've worked in this company for 10 years, then I jumped to this other company and I've been there for 15 years," something like that, just freaks me out, man. Like, what the heck? Been alive for two zodiac cycles? That's crazy. It's very weird. I've been told that I look like I'm in deep thought all the time, which I can't disagree to, but also I don't exactly know what I'm thinking of most of the time, because it's like many things at once. It's recess week. My final recess week is term 8. Gotta say, it's weird. It's weird. Life is weird. How things happen is weird. Cause like, the reason I even got an opportunity for an interview was I went to this panel talk, and I was one of the panelists as a senior student of like computer science of my major, and I got to connect with this CEO of the company. We shook hands, and he was like, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you looking for a job?" And I said yes, and I mentioned that, oh, I'm Malaysian, so it's harder for me to get a job because I need a work visa. And then he said, "Wow, okay." He said he couldn't tell. He said I was articulate. He said I was articulate. I am articulate. Thanks, Dad. And then he gave me his name card and asked me to email my resume to him. And he said he'll connect me with someone else and stuff. And that's how I got the informal interview. Should I cut out the silent parts? I think I should do that. I want to stop grieving. I want to stop grieving. The fastest way to stop feeling sad about a breakup is to get into a new relationship. But that's probably not the most permanent way, because if you break up again, then you're just gonna be back at it again, just grieving a different thing. Yeah, comment down below, guys. Comment down below what makes people likable. I feel like pretty privilege is a thing, and I'm sad about that. Comment down below what makes people likable. What's the meaning of life? I think that would be funny. I wonder what it'll be like when I'm old. Thank you for listening to Mediocre Thoughts.